Well, hiya, BookTube. Bill Ruttenberg here at the Ruttenberg Library. Wanted to come to you today with the second half of last weekend's book haul. It's the last book haul for January 2022. And so I got 5 more books to show you. All 5 of these books are fiction. I believe, anyway. They're all 5 fiction. And yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and share those with you. So if you're looking for nonfiction, that was the previous book haul, so you'll have to go find that one. But if you're looking for some fiction, some good fiction reads, here we go. So this first one in the stack is by an author that I have never read any of his stuff. I hear his name all the time on BookTube. I know Steve Donahue talks about him a ton. I want to say I've heard about him with Sean D. Standfast, I think. But I know there's been several booktubers who have talked about him. And that is, like I said, Edgar Rice Burroughs. And I found Tarzan of the Apes, and it's the first book in the series. And I really love the artwork on the cover. I have never read these works. But I've heard people talk about it enough that I am going to give it a try, because at the bookstore where I found this, they also had volumes 2 through 9, I think. So if I really like this, I can go find the other ones in the series. Now, this is from Ballantine Books out of New York. It is a 1963 edition. The copyright originally, 1912, and then it got renewed in 1939. This is a 1963 version. So anyway, real excited about this. I hope I like it. I thought, I can spend $1, and if I don't like it, not a big deal, go donate it. But if I do like it, then I know where to find all of the other ones, because they've been sitting there on the shelf for a while, so I'm fairly confident they'll be there next time. But let's read the back of this real fast. It says, Edgar Rice Burroughs, perhaps the most famous character this extraordinary writer ever created, is Tarzan of the Apes. So familiar and beloved a figure in the hearts of young and old the world over that he needs no introduction. Now Ballantine Books is proud to announce a unique event, the simultaneous publication of the first 10 volumes in the series of 22 Tarzan books. All Ballantine editions are complete and unabridged, and all are authorized. The following are available now, and then it just gives you a list of all the books. Let's see if you can see that. So anyway, I know nothing about the series. I don't know really anything about the character past. I've seen some of the stuff on TV, like there's been some movies made. Anyway, I may have seen 1 or 2 of those, but not even the whole movie. I don't think I've ever watched a whole movie. So I don't know anything about it, so it's going to be brand new for me. So I'm excited about that. Now, the next one in the series of books that I bought, the next one is it actually was a mistake. So let me explain. I was at Books Revisited. I was looking in the nonfiction section through the history stuff. And of course, if you've been following the channel, especially for the last couple videos, I've been talking about the Hemmingses of Monticello, and then before that, Thomas Jefferson, The Art of Power. Those couple books I've read recently. And I have another Jefferson book I'm going to read in the near future. So anyway, I was looking in there and I saw Jeffersons Sons, and a founding father's secret children. And I actually picked this up. One, it was in the nonfiction section, so I assumed it was nonfiction, and it had a really, I thought, kind of a cool cover. And I picked this up, but the problem was, at the time that I picked it up, I had my 4-year-old coming and tugging on my shirt and saying, Daddy, come play checkers with me. Daddy, come play checkers with me. Because they have a little kids section, and there's a big old cloth checkerboard with like ginormous checkers. And she was wanting me to go play. And I'm like, hang on a minute, hon, let me finish looking here. And so I was doing battle with that, and I ended up caving in and going and playing checkers. But I did not thoroughly inspect this, and this is actually a fiction book. So it ends up in this book haul. But this is, like I said, Jeffersons Sons, A Founding Father's Secret Children by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. And it says that she won the Newbery Honor. Yeah, not I don't think for this book, but in the past. And this is from Puffin Books. It's hang on. There we go. It's from Puffin Books and out of New York, and it's a 2011 book. I was really hoping that this was nonfiction, but like I said, it is a fiction book. So let me read the back cover for you. It says, "Walking the line between slavery and freedom. Beverly, Harriet, Madison, and Eston are Thomas Jefferson's children by one of his slaves, Sally Hemings. And while they do get special treatment, better work, better shoes, even violin lessons, they are still slaves and are never to mention who their father is. The lighter-skinned children have been promised a chance to escape into white society, but what does this mean for the children who look more like their mother? As the children grow up, their questions about slavery and freedom become tougher, calling into question the real meaning of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." So anyway, I'm pretty excited about this book. I think it's going to be good. It is a YA book, so it's not an adult book. So I should be able to probably read through that very fast. So that's another one. I found this book. And where did I find this book? I think I found this one on the book rack from the Friends of the Library sale, I believe. And it had an intriguing cover, I thought. Kind of a neat cover. I have heard this title somewhere, Hold Back the Night by Pat Frank. I have never read it. I'm not 100% sure, anything about it. But I've heard the title somewhere. And when I saw the cover and then I read the title, it kind of just, I was like, okay, I'll try it. It's only $1. So this book comes from Harper Perennial out of New York. And it is this printing is, well, where is it? It's a new one, obviously. It was originally published in, let's see, 1952, 1951, right in there. I do not see the publishing date for today. But anyway, doesn't matter. I don't need to spend a ton of time looking for it. But it says, "The riveting classic story of a Marine captain and his soldiers in their arduous, difficult retreat from Shanjin Reservoir to Hungnam." Please forgive me. I know I'm not saying those probably right. So anyway, it says, in Pat Frank's classic 1951 war novel, 126 soldiers commence a long, harrowing journey to Shangjin Reservoir during the height of the Korean War, but few will survive the grueling fight and eventually reach Hungnam, vividly bringing to life their bravery, daring, and turmoil. Hold Back the Night reveals their gripping stories. Captain Mackenzie, commander of Dog Company, not only bears the responsibility for victory or defeat, but also feels the full weight of the emotional toll on him and his troops. His one inspiration for his band of soldiers is an unopened bottle of scotch that holds bittersweet memories as a gift from his wife. Sergeant Eklund, a cocky, determined communications sergeant, is due for a battlefield promotion and longs for the day his tour is over so he can be reunited with his fiancée, that is, if he makes it out of Korea alive. Private Cousins finds himself in a precarious situation with the enemy due to circumstances beyond his control, which causes his loyalties to come into question by his superiors. In this thrilling novel, readers will follow these men and their fellow soldiers through a crucial chapter in American history. So, looking forward to reading that. I don't know if I'll like it or not. It was kind of just taking a chance. I thought for $1 you can take a chance on a book. So, if you know anything about any of these books and you have comments about them, whether they're good, bad, or whatever, please leave your comments down in the comments section and let me know. Because I am really going out on a limb. When you guys know me, when it comes to fiction, I don't branch out too far. And so I'm branching out in a few of these just to see if I like them. So let me know what you think. All right, this next one, I found this. Where did I find this one? At Dollar Tree. So maybe that's where I found the other one. No, These next two I found from Dollar Tree. And of course, it's not Dollar Tree anymore. It should rename itself to Dollar and a Quarter because nothing is a dollar anymore. Don't get me started on that. This is Felicity Carol and the Murderous Menace, a Felicity Carol mystery by Patricia Marcantonio. Hopefully I said that right. Looked intriguing. I like mystery. And so I've been looking for some mystery. I've actually had to DNF a couple of mystery murder type books here of late, and I've been very disappointed in how they read. And so I'm hoping to pick up something that's like a fast, quick, no-brainer type read that's, just kind of fun as a palate cleanser between books. So that's what I got this for. So it says, oh, hang on. Let me give you a publishing date. It is from Crooked Lane out of New York, and it is a 2020 book, so it's a pretty new book. It says, heiress and amateur detective Felicity Carol makes a perilous journey to apprehend a notorious murderer who has terrorized England and now continues his vicious killing spree across the pond. Felicity Carol would rather be doing just about anything other than attending balls or seeking a husband. What she really wants to do is to continue her work using the latest forensic methods and her photographic memory to help London police bring murderers to justice. So when her friend, Scotland Yard Inspector Jackson Davies, weak from injury, discovers a murder in a wild mining town in Montana that echoes the terrible crimes in England, Felicity decides to go herself. In Placer, Montana, her first obstacle is a handsome lawman, Thomas Pike, who uses his intuition as much as his Colt in keeping law and order in his unruly town. When the murderer strikes again, Felicity begins to suspect Davies is correct. Jack the Ripper has come to America. Felicity sets out to find the killer in a town chock full of secrets, shadows, and suspects. But as the body count rises, this intrepid sleuth faces her most dangerous adventure yet and discovers that not all killers are as they seem. And so that sounded really good. Bring in some Jack the Ripper. And here's our author. Picture of her. So hopefully I will like that. And, excuse me, the last book in the book haul, again from Dollar Tree or Dollar and a Quarter Tree, is A Shout in the Ruins. And this is a novel by Kevin Powers. And what really grabbed me was the cover. I liked that. I don't know why, but I really liked that cover. So let's see here. This is Little Brown and Company out of New York, and it is a 2018 book. So again, fairly new within the last couple years anyway. So I'll share this one with you. And you'll pick up pretty quick on why, once I got to reading the cover or the flap on the inside cover, you'll understand why I picked it up. So set in Virginia during the Civil War and a century beyond, this novel by the award-winning author of Yellowbirds explores the brutal legacy of violence and exploitation in American society. So this is going to be, I think, right up my alley with all the stuff I like to read on the antebellum and Civil War time periods. So spanning over 100 years from the antebellum era to the 1980s, A Shout in the Ruins examines the fates of the inhabitants of Beauvoir Plantation outside Richmond, Virginia. Anthony I'm going to mess up these names, Levallois, the master of Beauvoir, foresees that success in a new America will be measured not in acres of tobacco, but in industry and capital. A grievously wounded Confederate veteran loses his grip on a world he no longer understands, and his daughter, Emily, finds herself married to Levallois, an arrangement that feels little better than imprisonment. And two people enslaved at Beauvoir Plantation, Nurse and Rawls, overcome impossible odds to be together, only to find that the promise of coming freedom may not be something they will live to see. Seamlessly interwoven is the story of George Seldom, orphaned by the storm of the Civil War, looking back from the 1950s on the void where his childhood ought to have been. In an attempt to recover his true origins, he travels south in search of the place he once called home, and all the while reckoning with the more than 90 years he has lived as witness to so much that changed during the 20th century and so much that didn't. These richly drawn characters across generations and historic upheavals are all asking the same questions. How do we live in a world built on the suffering of others? And can love exist in a place where 400 years violence has been the strongest form of intimacy? Written with the same emotional intensity, harrowing realism, and poetic precision that made The Yellowbirds one of the most celebrated novels of the past decade, A Shout in the Ruins cements Kevin Powers' place in the forefront of American letters and demands that we reckon with the moral weight of our troubling history. So you can see why I found this intriguing. It's dealing with the subjects that I study probably the most. And so I hope that I'm going to enjoy that. If anybody's read it, let me know what you think. And so those are my new books for the end of January, the last January book haul. This is the fiction side of it. So there's your pyramid of books I got. Let me know if you think I should read any of them first. I think I'm set on reading Tarzan of the Apes first. I think I'm going to try to get to that soon. And of course, the mystery, I may hold that for March Mystery Madness. But other than that, I don't know which ones I'm going to do first. So anyway, BookTube, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope maybe some of these pique your interest. Let me know what you think. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. So I record this on Friday, putting it up on Sunday. So flash forward for me. Hope everybody's had a great weekend and finishing off the week. Until next time, stay warm and happy reading.